enjoying it? Oh well, I started the stream, but now we have a late join. That's alright. Give me time to put the stream up where it needs to be. Stream's working, that's good to see. Now I need Discord. There it is. Boppity boppity. Stream links. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, he has to. Jesus, I'm not waiting 5 minutes, please. Oh, righty then. Let's get on with it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 8 of the DRS Formula 2 Championship. We are here at, honest to God, the worst circuit ever made. Honestly, it is a gazillion-dollar shit stain. It's the only way of describing it. Welcome to Abu Dhabi and welcome to the Yas Marina circuit, a 5.5 kilometer, 21 turn travesty to motorsport. It's honestly one of the worst circuits in the world. Ooh, nice night sky too. That's one nice feature. It's under lights, makes the circuit pop a bit. It develops some of the worst way racing in the real world of Formula 1. But in the virtual world here in F1 2019, it's actually not too bad. Could be worse. It can develop some pretty good racing. So let's just keep our hopes up. Drivers are readying up as we begin one-shot qualifying. So, who are we going to pick on? Dougie Falcons, that's an appropriate one. Let the cocky Brit show us how to go around this place in the Formula 2 car. Currently he's 18th, I'm sure that's just a glitch. Coming through the S's in Sector 1, probably the highlight of the entire circuit. In terms of a driver's point of view, it's a very tricky sector. Coming into the chicane that leads into a hairpin. The reason why that chicane exists is because there's a giant fucking Ferrari theme park riding behind that stadium and they can't push it any further back. So yeah, they have to slow the cars down using that chicane. Coming down this long back straightaway. Over 310 kilometers an hour. The road sways to the left to give space for the car park because obviously you have to let the facility shape the track and not the other way around, and it'll be freaking crazy. Now coming on to the second DRS zone on the circuit. And in turns 11, 12 and 13, Garlas has retired from the session, must have disqualified himself, I'd imagine. Coming into turn 14. Currently Dougie's fastest at the moment. Through the two Kings of 15, 16, a bit of a lock-up. Hasn't cost them too much though. Now coming underneath the hotel, shaped like a massive dick, because that's really appropriate for a circuit of this sort of stature. And through the final two turns, 20 and 21, the latter consisting this small elevation change. Because why not? Dougie goes third fastest, a 1 minute 50.1. And Zach Crichton goes to pole position, a 1 minute 49.611. Now, with one-shot qualifying done, I better go through the championship details because it's starting to reach its climax. It's a fight between two men, defending champion Todster 99 and XJ Schmidt. Currently Todster's got a massive lead of 102 points. Schmidt is mathematically in contention. He needs to score 6 or more points to stay in contention. If he scores 5 or less, we crown Todster 99 as the new, a 2-time Formula 2 champion. At the moment it's not looking good for Todster. Why? He's not here. Look at that, 5 disqualifications as well. Something that's going to be very prominent on this circuit is the gathering of warnings. There's a lot of places where you can just gather warnings, particularly in that third sector. So you have to be quite careful of that, quite careful of the penalties. But the drivers are now readying up for the feature race here at Abu Dhabi. Just fine-tuning their setup, selecting what tyres they want to be on for the race. This is going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a bore fest, or this is going to be chaotic as fuck. It's going to be one of those two things. Just have to wait and see. The session counter finally counts down to 0 as the drivers begin the formation lap. So Zach Ryden starts on pole with the 4 points that come along with it. Let's have a look here. Breno is the only driver to start on the super soft tyre. Gambling strategy from Breno. He's hoping to get a good start. Romy Alonso in P2. Dougie Falcons. Last season's runner-up in that thrilling climax of Brazil. Fortunately comes off second best, but he starts third here today. Pure Gold P4 Schmidt. One of the title sort of rivals right at the top of the championship. Starts P5. Every point here is vital to his championship hopes. Breno P6 and the only driver on the super soft tyre. The Very Angry Cypod P7, Conehouse P8, Banana Cake Pie P9, the Very Lazy Tail P10, Alcatraz P11, Semi-Pro P12, Smoke Grass P13, Blocky Rex P14, Darren 11 P15. I'd imagine he'll skyrocket up the leaderboard along with Aaron. Those two guys are incredibly quick. James Cruz P17 and Garlaz rounds off the grid in P18. Hopefully we'll get Aussie Rizzy Rick to join the session. Unfortunately he didn't realise about the recent update. Garlaz sort of just teleports there, righto. Telemetry, full track map, all that good stuff. Oh my god, it's such a long lap around this place as Blocky has a moment on the warm-up lap. Does a David Coulthard and spins out, but he hasn't taken himself out. No damage, so... Zach. He's sort of stormed off. His tyres are going to be horribly cold once everyone lines back up on the grid. 16 laps of this horrendous circuit, oh dear. Nuts. Blocky. He's preparing for that possible victory that he might achieve from 14th on the grid. That's the thing with this circuit, you just never know. I'll just grab a sneaky onboard just so then I know when the lights actually come on. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go here at Abu Dhabi. Oh, but Zach has got a superb start off the line, but Dougie, an even better one. Oh, I thought he might challenge for the lead then, but Zach covered his line very nicely, going back towards the midfield. Look at this, look at them scramble. Oh, and two drivers. Oh, it's James Cruz and Blocky. Those donuts have come quite handily to him. Oh, who is that? It's Breno on the super soft tyre. Oh my goodness me. How on earth have you done that? Rejoins the circuit. We're going to scramble through the hairpin. Almost through wide, not quite, but almost. And look at them weave, trying to break the toe. So the biggest winners out of this half a lap so far is Darren 11. Oh, and Aaron going deep under brakes into the hairpin, makes a move. And someone went horribly wide. Can't quite tell who that was. Sector 2 yellow flags. It's Conehouse in the dams. Spun out and he's lost 8 positions in the process as well. Going to exchange in position here between Semi-Pro and the very lazy Tal. Tal having to cut the corner. He would have got a warning. He hasn't got a penalty from it though. Just got a warning. And I think that's Aaron going off the circuit. Oh, and that was close between himself and Banana. Oh, and he has to dive off circuit. Was there contact? I mean, he overshot that turn massively. Was there? Oh, there's definitely contact there going underneath the hotel. But he has dropped a massive amount of places in that incident. He must have got shunted from behind. I don't think he outbroke himself that much, but oh, I'll have to see again. And James, you can tell on the mini-map, has spun out again. Currently in 18th. We'll go back up to the leaders. And Dougie Falcons leads the way. He's found the way past Zach on the opening lap, whilst all that chaos was going down. So he currently leads with Pure Gold in P2. Schmidt in a vital P4. Some very solid points along with it. Alonso P5, very lazy town P6, Semi-Pro P7 as Banana loses 3 positions at once it seems. Alcatraz, Darren 11 and Garlaz all making a move at the same corner. Sector 1 and 2 yellow flags, must be James. As Aaron, he's going to have a look here down the inside. He's not going to take 2 and 1, is he? Oh, he's going to try. He's going to be side by side with Banana at turn 9. He'll get a good drive off the corner as well. Gain a position. Going back up to the leaders. Drivers are now coming through the chicane. Yeah, look at this train. From 1st to 5th, they're all within a second of each other. Then 6th to 8th are within a second of each other. I'm not sure about Alcatraz. No, he's right in behind there as well, I think. I'll just quickly look. Oh, no. Oh, yes. So at the moment, Lazy Town now starting to pull away and close on the leading pack. Currently led by Dougie. 3 laps in, sector 3 yellow flags. Oh, don't tell me that was Breno. No, it mustn't have been. He seems to have lost a lot of positions. The Semi-Pro gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, you don't want to be side by side through here, fellas. Sort yourselves out. There we go. Dobie coming out of the hairpin now leads the way. Scott almost a second margin to Zach. Almost, but Zach just remaining within DRS range. See that at the start of the DRS zone, he was 9/10 behind. Now they're closing on 8/10, so he gains a 1/10 of a second in each DRS zone. Let's see if he can maintain that sort of pace in the other sectors as well. And Schmidt might be making a move here on Pure Gold for 3rd place. He's going to have a look around the outside into turn 11, side by side. Very good racing between those two, and Romy Alonso, he might start to get involved in this as well. Now they're coming through turn 14. All these bloody right-handers, God, they're awful. With 15 and 16 into 17. All of them, nose to tail, first to fifth. In fact, we've got some battling going on as well. Can't look away from this though. Zach still hanging around that second margin, so he's not out of this just yet. Dougie sets another fastest lap of the race as Alonso gets a massive twitch at the final turn, turn 21. Into turn 1. A smoke grass, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. You can see it there, the amount of understeer that these cars produce in comparison, as Tao gets a 30-second time penalty. Between them and Formula 1 cars, it's massive. It's that. Oh, and a slide from Alonso. He didn't need that. He's going to lose a bucket load of time. Lost about half a second in that. Now gaining as Darren 11 and Conehouse change positions. As Blocky Rex gets a 3-second time penalty. We're only 25% through this race and already drivers are starting to get penalties. It shows you how big of a part it's going to play in this race. So I think this battle has settled down. There's no real overtaking opportunities as Alcatraz has a moment at turn 9. Dear oh dear. Drops down to 16th place and he's on the softs as well. I actually don't remember what tyre compounds are available for this race. Is it just softs and super softs? I can't remember. In which case, if he has to switch to the super softs, he needs to make those things last because he definitely needs a front wing change. Back up to the point scoring places. We've got a battle for P8. Aaron, Garlaz and Saipod, and Saipod is desperately trying to find a way past. Oh, and Garlaz goes horribly wide at turn 20. Turn 21, nice and gentle. Make sure you don't spin out. As Breno now comes into the pits and gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding. Oh dear, it's gone from bad to worse. Breno. Alcatraz too, a 5-second penalty. You have to remember, I think it's 60 kilometers an hour. If I'm not mistaken, it is 60. Not 80, it's 60. The Saipod must have had a little moment. He's now almost a second behind Garlaz. Coming towards the DRS zone, and he doesn't have DRS. If Darren did, that might be a massive blow for Saipod. We'll go back up to this battle for P3 where Schmidt has seemed to have gotten the position. Purgold's probably having none of it. He's got a good run. He's going to have a look around the outside. No, he won't. Schmidt covers nicely. Right on board with Alonso. This will be a good view going through the chicane. Turn 14. See, that's the problem with this circuit. 2 entire sectors, Sector 1 and Sector 3, there is next to no overtaking opportunities. It's all in Sector 2. During this bit, it's all minor stern stuff. You can't make any moves, you can't do anything like that. Sector 2 and 3 yellows. That's Smoke Grass. He's had a moment coming through the chicane as Zach gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Yes, he seems to have had a moment. From the looks of things, Schmidt has definitely got good car speed. As I think that Smoke Grass, he's DNF'd himself. Safety car maybe. Not at this stage. Virtual safety car is what we get. So drivers have to be awfully careful. for two reasons, two very important reasons. The time delta, it's very easy to go over and get a drive-through for speeding. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for Breno. Another thing you have to worry about is that if you pit on a virtual safety car, it will not count as a mandatory pit stop. You have to do it under green flag conditions or under normal safety car conditions. A look at who's made the most positions. Aaron by far and away has made the most. 8 positions from the start. Garlaz up 7, Semi-Pro up 5. Breno retires from the session. It seems that he's voluntarily retired because his car is still moving. Biggest loser, it's the retiree Breno. He's lost 9 positions from P6. He will DNF himself. Finishes technically 17th due to laps completed, and it was a massive blow. But the biggest loser of the car still running on circuit is Alcatraz, down 5 positions after he had his moment at turn 9. Let's go to the back and see what's what. So now side pods under pressure from Darren 11, Kinehouse and Garlaz. They're right on his tail, so we have a 4-way fight for P9. We've got a battle for P7 between Semi-Pro and Aaron, as we have a change of position. Oh, but Garlaz is having none of it. He sends it back up the inside and a bit of contact. I think Garlaz should have fought a bit more smartly. Didn't need to go up the inside. He's cost himself time. Now coming towards the halfway mark of this race. Darren 11 rides up side pod's gearbox. He might have a move here. Oh, and a bit of contact at turn 4. Darren gets a switchback. He's not going to do it around the outside, surely. If he can hold it, he'll get it. Oh, and side pod! Did he push him off the circuit? And Kinehouse, he says, thank you very much. I'll take those 2 places. Sidepod loses 2 positions. Scratch that, he loses 3 positions. Loses another to Garlaz. Unless he can hold it around the outside. Oh, that's close between those 2. Dear me. Darren, he might make a move here. He's got DRS. Kinehouse goes defensive. Then he switches back out to a racing line. Just to get a better run, but oh, Darren gets a brilliant switchback. Oh, and contact! Oh, almost spun the car. Darren covers it superbly. The battle for 9th continues as Romy Alonso gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. What a superb battle. I want to keep watching this, but I think we might have a battle reignited for 3rd place between Schmidt and Puregold. I'll just see if Darren wants to try and make a move into turn 1. Turn 1 isn't the place where you make a move, but it is possible. No, it just hasn't quite got the run. Slipstream isn't powerful enough. Banana Cake Pie retires from the session. Oh my goodness, how have you done that? Virtual safety car. Okay, so it seems the update that Codemasters has done has fixed nothing in regards to the safety car. So that update must have been for something else. So let's... Oh, a Smokegrass has left the session. Okay, hopefully. That was a very quick virtual. That's come and gone very, very quickly. Just looking at the leaders as we are now past the halfway mark. Dougie Falcons leads the way with a 2.8 second margin to Zach, who has got a 3-second time penalty. Schmidt in a very, very crucial P3. Puregold P4, who's got Romy Alonso right up his gearbox. Going to be applying a lot of pressure And have a look at this battle. Conehouse, Darren 11, Aaron L3, F4, and Garlaz, as well as a very angry Cypod. Oh, and Darren sends it! Gets the position. Will Aaron follow through? No, he won't. Still a bit of argy-bargy. Aaron forces him off the circuit. Oh, and Conehouse sort of turns in. Aaron gets a horrible run, and Conehouse gets them both of them. He moves himself back up into 8th place. What a brilliant exchange. And Cypod, he says, alright, I'm going to have a go here. Sends it up the inside into turn 17. Oh, and loses the back end. And Darren spins. He spins round both Aaron and Cypod. Oh my goodness me, run wide, and Darren loses a whole heap of time from that. Falls down to 12th. Oh, what a brilliant little exchange there for the final point scoring positions. And Semi-Pro, he's not far away from this. Catch up to him. And also, crucially, whoever comes out on top in this battle, there's even more emphasis to fight for this. No, mate, I'm going to still stick it up the inside. Alonso gives him the space. He was behind in the detection zone. He might have a look here at turn 11. He has to do it the long way round, though, as the lobby is a bit jiffy. I hope. Oh, that's a horrible camera shot. And Alonso ends up on top in P4, but Pure Gold, he's going to fight on for sure. Aaron gains 8th place from Conehouse. For Conehouse, he's got DRS. The body's just a little bit jittery. Hopefully it'll sort itself. Oh my goodness, this is a horrid camera shot. That's a better one. See the drivers actually go through the turn, not this useless front wing. Shows me absolutely nothing. Interesting. And I think, no, Tau doesn't. So on to the super soft tyre. So the soft tyre is the harder compound out of the compounds available. Super soft, gee, I haven't said that in a long time. Conehouse, Aaron's quick, I know that, but Conehouse, he's not giving up. He is fighting for this. Absolutely superb. And it seems that Romy Alonso, he's got good car speed and he's starting to pull away from Pure Gold. Maybe Pure Gold, he's just not conserving the tyre as much. Just doesn't quite have the grip, or he doesn't have the ideal temperatures. Just isn't able to keep the same speed as Alonso. As Garlaz and very angry Cypod are now exchanging positions through the technical section at the beginning of Sector 2. Oh gee, that looks familiar, between Cypod and Darren 11, I think it was, if memory serves me correctly. DRS wide open, it's a very long straight bit. He's got the slipstream, DRS. James Cruz, a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. He's got to run, but he's not close enough. He'll sit in behind through turns 8 and 9. But Garlaz gets a horrible run through the chicane, has to cut the course. Cypod will get the run and DRS, and he has the inside line as well. So he'll gain back 10th position. Oh wow, what a brilliant exchange. As now Romy Alonso is right up the back of Schmidt. So Alonso, in comparison to Schmidt, as well as Pure Gold, has got better car pace. Sector 1 and 2 yellow flags. Who is that? It was only brief. Pure Gold comes in, Lazy Tail comes in, James Cruz is in as well. For Pure Gold. Now, he's probably got worse tyre wear in comparison to Schmidt and Alonso, but as a benefit he gets the undercut, so he can really nail down the lap and overtake probably Alonso. Schmidt, I can see it happening, it's a bit more difficult to do. And then, oh god, this underground pit exit, god damn it, it's awful. Conehouse. Nah, Conehouse will let him by. He's on the softer tyre, softer and younger tyre, and there's no need to fight, just sit in behind. use his DRS just to try and pull away from Garlas, who's had a moment at the chicane. He's had a massive moment, and he was in a titanic battle with Sidepod. Sidepod's gone into the pits and gone on to the Super Softs. That is a massive blow for the Trident driver. That battle for 10th might be gone now for him. So Darren 11 now moves himself into 8th. Conehouse 9th. Conehouse, he's running longer, so he'll have a fresher tyre at the end of the race, but his main rival, Aaron, he's going to be on a very fast lap here. He's going to pull out 1, maybe 2 seconds on Conehouse, which is going to be vital as we've got sector 3 yellows, and that's Alcatraz, I think it is, as Schmidt, Doug and Alonso, all of them come into the pits, all line astern. Dougie, a massive margin, and no penalties at the moment either, so it's looking good. So Zach, oh hang on, Zach's gonna get, that's a massive undercut. Wow, that's how powerful the undercut is around here. I mean, granted, he's had 2 laps to spend on those tyres, but wow. Semi-Pro comes in, onto the Super Softs. Conehouse comes in, onto the Super Soft tyre. That's incredible. That's how powerful the undercut is on this circuit. With clean air. You see it here now, Purgold's right up Schmidt's gearbox. He got Alonso, I thought he would. Hasn't quite got Schmidt, but he's got him in his sights. DRS wide open, he'll get the run. Schmidt swerves to the inside to defend, and he swerves back onto the racing line, but Purgold isn't quite close enough to get the job done. Aussie Rizzy Rick has finally going, good to see. We'll have 19 drivers with no grass returns. So Alonso lost massively to that, and Zach Brighton 3 seconds again, so he's got 6 to his name. And just have a look at this as well. And Aaron has made about 4.5 seconds to Conehouse because of that undercut. That's how powerful it is around this circuit. I knew there was there's an obvious time delta as Darren 11 gets 3 seconds, but I didn't know it was that much. That is a massive margin. And this battle with Garlas has not cost him anything, actually. He's still right there with Sidepod. Sidepod must have made a mistake as well. As Garlas, he's going to, he was thinking about a move down the inside. He thinks better of it and just slots back in behind. Darren 11 moves himself into 10th place. So this was the battle for 10th. It's now the battle for 11th and a non-point scoring position. And Semi-Pro, he's right up Aaron's gearbox now. We might have a battle for P7 if we're lucky. Moving up to the leading duo. It's Dougie Falcons. He's going to get this done easily. The long straight, DRS open. There's not much Zach can do. He's got 6 seconds as well. He should think better of it and try not to fight Dougie too much. If he starts fighting, they start falling back towards Schmidt, Purgold and Alonso. Speaking of which, Alonso has gained massively on Purgold. He will look around the outside at turn 8 and he'll get the job done as he has the inside line for turn 9. A superb move by Alonso, but Purgold will get DRS. Will he look to the inside? Will he look to the outside at turn 11? Alonso covers the inside line and then returns back to the racing line. It's tight between the two, but fair racing through the chicane they go. Alonso 4th, Purgold in 5th. Absolutely superb. Schmidt just hanging on to that 3rd place, and if Alonso and Purgold start fighting, that gap between 4th and 3rd will open up massively. Very lazy tail in a very lonely 6th place. for some solid points. Dougie sets the fastest lap, a 1 minute 51.481. Those super soft tyres. Darren 11. Aaron L3F4. 13 seconds behind Tao. He's now pulled a gap from semi-pro. Now almost 1.2 seconds. And Conehouse is starting to gain on semi-pro. Now 1.5 seconds. Well, Darren might get involved in this as well if he's got good speed. Currently in 10th place and will score 1 point. Just looking back at this battle between Garlaz and Saipov isn't even a point scoring position. This is just for pride and for bragging rights, and they're battling like madmen. We'll come back to them when they get on to the first DRS straight. It'll be very interesting to see how this battle continues. Semi-pro, he's now right up in behind Aaron once again, so Aaron must have made a mistake somewhere, probably at turn 1, as James, I believe, demonstrates a beautiful pirouette at the chicane as Zach gets another 3-second time penalty. Tell you what, if he keeps collecting these, he leaves himself incredibly vulnerable to Schmidt. So Zach has currently got 9 seconds as Alcatraz gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. If Schmidt can get within 9 seconds of Zach, he can nab second place. So Zach has to be careful. As Saipov's now starting to lose ground to Garlaz. Doesn't appear to have any damage. And he might be just being slightly more aggressive on his tyre. Semi-pro, 3 seconds, multiple warnings. They're going to play a massive part at the end of this Formula 2 race. Semi-pro now right on the back of Aaron. Aaron goes very wide. Oh my goodness! Was that a punt? Or did he outbrake himself? I don't know. But Aaron loses a position to semi-pro. He must have damage. That was a lot of understeer through that turn. He doesn't have damage. What on earth has happened to him? It just looked like he got a lot of understeer. I'm right on board with him. You can see it there. Look at the understeer. Look at turn 2. 190, yeah, about 190. So high speed, mid-corner speed is about the same. Don't have to be careful about outside or unsettle your car a lot. You can see there. Low speed cornering, it's just not working for Aaron. And his tyres are a lap older, 1 lap older. Is it that much of an effect in this F2 race? You lose that much time as Alonso gets 3 seconds. This battle for P4 is now settled down. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep 9 this battle. As semi-pro runs wide at turn 9, he's going to leave himself incredibly vulnerable on the straight. Oh dear, he's going to lose the position back to Aaron. Aaron around the outside, will Conehouse follow? He's got the run, he's got the slipstream, he's got DRS. Not quite close enough, he'll slot in behind semi-pro. Through the chicane they go. At least we've got some battling on the circuit. Oh, okay, and now Zach is losing a lot of time to Schmidt on the last lap of the race, and Conehouse, I saw that, went straight into the back of semi-pro. Oh dear. Semi-pro has lost the chance to nab P7, and who's that? That's Darren 11. Where did he come from? Oh my goodness, he nabbed P9. He might nab P8 here as well. Semi-pro will desperately want to hold on to this, as P8 will give you pole position for the sprint race. He would love to start on pole, but so would Darren and so would Conehouse. This might be an absolutely great battle, as Zach is losing a lot of time. Those softs are not designed, super softs rather, are not designed to go that long. Oh, he's going to lose more than just second place. or even third. He's going to drop all the way down to fifth. Both Schmidt and Alonso will get podiums, I think. Oh, look at that. You can see how horrible the car is. Oh, he's got a puncture. No wonder. Didn't get to see now. Oh, he's going to lose a mountain of positions here. He might even lose P6 to the very lazy tail. See it there, just Zach is a sitting duck, but what a drive from the Brett. Dougie Falcons, he wins the feature race here at Abu Dhabi, and Schmidt will get a crucial second place and continue the fight into the next round of the Formula 2 Championship. The championship is not done yet, folks. Romy Alonso currently P3, loses it to Pure Gold. Pure Gold will get P3. Zach currently P5. The tout, he's got penalties next to his name. This is going to be close, I think. James Cruz, another 3-second time penalty. Ah, you'll get P6, alright. And Darren 11 appears to have snagged 8th place. Will Semi-Pro try desperate move down the inside? No, he won't, he's way too far back. Let's see what the penalties say though. Darren will cross the line 8. No! Conehouse will, because of the penalties. Conehouse will finish 8th. Darren 11, 9th. Semi-Pro currently 10th. Sidepod wins the battle between himself and Garlaz. Massively. Garlaz must have had an incident. He'll finish P12. Blocky Rex will finish 13th. James Cruz with a puncture. Currently 14th. And Alcatraz 15th. How about that? Conehouse will start on pole position. Because of the penalties. Darren 11 will start alongside with Semi-Pro and P3. Oh no, sorry. Aaron will start P2 with the very lazy tail P3. A pretty good race, I have to say. There's some really good battling, not so much at the front, but definitely throughout the rest of the field. It was absolutely superb. But what a dominating drive from Dougie. That was led every single lap, pretty much. That will complete podium celebrations for the feature race. So Dougie Falcon scores 27 points, 25 for race win. Imagine spinning it. 25 for the race win and 2 points for fastest lap. Schmidt scores 18 crucial points. And that brings the gap down, just some quick math, to 84 points between himself and Toddster. Pure Gold P3, Romy Alonso P4, Zach P5 with that puncture. The tyres just didn't last, so he'll snag P5. P6, very lazy tail. P7, Aaron. P8, Conehouse. P9, Darren 11. P10, Semi-Pro rounds out the point scoring positions. What a battle between some of these guys. Aaron, Conehouse, Darren 11. And Semi-Pro had that great battle in the middle of the race, and I think Garlaz was involved, Sidepod was involved as well. Hopefully we get to see that sort of action in a typically more chaotic sprint race. There's no need to make a pit stop, there's no mandatory pit stop. If you want to win here, it's through outright pace. It should be absolutely fantastic. Drivers now just readying up for the session ahead. As well as that, we've got a newcomer, Aussie Rizzy Rick, having to join late because of the recent update. Didn't get to update his game earlier, so he will start from 19th on the grid, I believe. Unless Smokegrass has joined back into the session. I think he might have. So, just to make sure that nobody's on alternate tyres, and they aren't, they're all starting on the softs, we'll just keep it on position change. We'll bring up telemetry. Right, so Conehouse will start on pole position with Aaron alongside. He's going to be very quick. If he gets some clean air, he'll be very difficult to beat. The very lazy Cal has been very quick recently with his new pedals, so don't count him out for a race win. Definitely don't count this man out. Zach Crichton in P4. You would want some vengeance after what happened in the first race. Romy Alonso, P5. Kilgold, P6. What on earth are you fellas doing? With all the work to do will start from P8. Schmidt in the mid-pack, P7. Any points here will be a massive bonus to his championship chances. Darren 11, P9. Semi-Pro back at the starting grid, P10. Very Angry Side Pod, P11. Garlas, P12. Blocky Rex, P13. Alcatraz, P14. James Cruz, P15. Banana Cake Pie, P16. Breno, P17. Smokegrass, P18. And Aussie Rizzy Rick rounds out the grid in 19th place, 11 laps of the Yas Marina circuit. Feature race showed us anything. This sprint race is going to be something else, I can guarantee you that. It's probably going to be very chaotic, especially with the reverse grid. Now, what's on earth, Lazy Tal and Zach? What on earth are you fellas doing, honestly? Tweedledee and Tweedledum right here. Honestly. I wonder how the game is going to react if he comes up to the AI, you know, the point where the AI takes over. What is the game going to do? Is it going to spaz out, or is it actually going to back his car up into the grid slot? That would actually be funny. It should be the point where the AI takes over. Oh, there we go. No, the AI turns itself back around. Or does it? What on earth is it doing? Oh, there we go. It just teleports him back to the grid. Righto. How about that for Mythbusters? What happens if you go backwards towards the grid slot? Game just teleports you back to the grid. But here we go. The sprint race here at Abu Dhabi. We have 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it seems that Conehouse has got a superb start off the line. He will lead into turn 1. Zach moves himself into P2. Oh, and might have been a bit of contact between Zach and Tal as Blocky runs horribly wide at turn 1. Look at them all side by side through turn 3. Swarm as, I think that's Dougie. Oh, Dougie's been spun round. Oh, that's a front wing missing. Oh my goodness me, who was that? I think that might have been Darren 11. Alongside him at that point. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, I think it was. Going back up to the lead as Conehouse leads the way, and Schmidt is under a lot of pressure. He goes very defensive into turn 8. Oh, and it's contact! Tal just sends it into the hairpin. Makes contact with Schmidt. Schmidt loses the position to Darren 11. The semi-pro is now right up in behind Tal. Will he look to the outside? Tal shuts the door on that. Remember, the top 8 score in this race, not the top 10. You have to fight even hard for your positions. Can't just settle for 9th or 10th, you have to fight on. Going back up to the leaders, Conehouse. He looked quick in the feature race, and he looks quick now. He's just holding Aaron at bay. Zach, he looks electric at the moment. He's right up in behind Aaron. Romy Alonso not too far behind, closing up. Oh, and that's Alcatraz, I think. Oh, okay, so Smokegrass couldn't make it. That's unfortunate. Conehouse obviously sets the fastest lap. Zach, turn 1 isn't an overtaking place, but if you get a run, you get a run. So coming through turn 2 into turn 3. Into turn 4. Very nice between those guys. All of them, line astern. All within a second of each other. What a camera shot. Go through the grid. Oh, and that's a move, I think, between Breno and Garlaz. Very nice move for Garlaz. Alcatraz a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. Him and James Cruz currently in a battle for last place. That side pod, he's going to have a move here on Breno. Down the inside at 8. They give each other the space. Whoa. And you've got Dougie, who's in that sort of angry mood. He's in angry mode, I'd imagine. Martin Brundle would not be pleased after what happened at lap 1 through that chicane at the beginning of the second sector. Oh, but side brakes very deep. Dougie has to cut the chicane and gets a 3-second time penalty because of it. He's got a damaged front wing as well, and he has to deal with that for as long as possible. Breno, a massive winner out of the start of the race, up 10 positions. Up 7 positions in 10th. Very good start for him. Go back up to this battle for the lead. Look at this. All of them line astern. Sector 3 yellow flags. You've got Alcatraz and James, both of them spinning out. As Darren might have a move here down the inside of Schmidt at turn 1. As DRS is now enabled. Schmidt having to go the long way round at turn 1. Trying to just gather the car up. Now, how vulnerable will Konehouse be? Konehouse is actually pulling away. He's got more than a second gap to Aaron. It's been a superb start from Konehouse in the dams. Romy Alonso, Pure Gold, Zach, Darren 11, and the very lazy cow. They're all in this pack. Alonso, he might have a move here down the inside into turn 8. A massive lock-up. Goes deep. Aaron will try and get the switch back. No, he won't. He just won't quite get the run through turn 9. But he'll get DRS. 5-second penalty for Alcatraz. Speeding in the pit lane. As Alonso defends the inside line and holds on to P2 for now. As Alcatraz retires from the session, he's had enough. Currently, him and James are going absolutely no assist with these cars, and it's just demonstrating how difficult these cars are to drive. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, this pack. But the thing is, these guys can't do anything in this sector. It is literally impossible to overtake in this sector. Unless, of course, you make a mistake. Oh my goodness, pure goal into the wall! Completely destroying the front right-hand corner of that car. Safety car! Okay, so Codemaster may have fixed the coding a little bit. Oh my goodness. Pure cold. Oh, James Cruz drove through penalty, speeding on the safety car. So who's coming in? Very lazy car. That's a gambling strategy. He would have to go on to new... Oh, well, the Sid Sauce won't make it, so he will have to go on to another set of softs. Doesn't realise how long this pit lane actually is. No, he's going on to the supers. That won't make it to the end of the race, buddy. I'm afraid. Driver's going past the safety car. You can see the green light on the safety car. Means that you can travel past. But how about that? Safety car. Conehouse didn't need that. He was looking good. Potentially a race win. Yeah. One of the natural wonders, as James Cruz is disqualified from the session, receiving one too many penalties. It's one of the few times I've seen that happen to James. Very rarely see him retire or disqualify himself for that matter. So yes, this battle for the lead has shaken up massively. Now, has Dougie... I don't think Dougie has gone. Give me a better camera shot than that, cameraman. There we go. No, he hasn't. So he's still got that damaged wing. Can't do a great deal about it at this stage. Got the safety car waiting in Sector 1 at the end of Sector 1. Holy moly. I'm going to have a quick look at warnings. Conehouse, absolutely none. Alonso has got 1. Aaron's got 1 warning. Zach's got 2 warnings. Schmidt's got none. Darren 11's got 2. Semi-Pro's got 2. Dougie's got 3 seconds, of course, with that corner cut. So Alonso 1, Aaron 1, Zach 2, Schmidt none, that's right, and Darren 11 2. I'm checking all these drivers because all of them have the potential to win this race. Now, pretty much from Conehouse all the way down to Semi-Pro, because Dougie's got that front wing problem, so I don't think he'll be able to fight for victory, maybe for a few more points, but maybe not for victory. These guys have to be incredibly careful now, because... Oh, as I say that! Literally as I say that, Alonso has spun himself out of contention. He drops like a stone in water all the way down to 12th place. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Pole tyres, out of pressure, and boom, 12th. Oh, he would be kicking himself. So that's 1 contender out. It brings Breno into this now. I think anyone in the top 8 has a serious chance of winning. Safety car will come in probably at the end of the next lap. I don't think it'll come in this lap. And it won't, because the safety car lights would have gone out. The safety car lights go out once it enters Sector 3. If it doesn't, if the lights don't go out at the end of Sector 3, you do another lap. And that's what I was going to say. You have to be so careful, because if you cut anything, it is an instant 5-second penalty. You have to be careful, very careful, under safety car conditions. The game will kick you in the arse if you're even a millimetre out of line. Oh, but that's really unfortunate for Alonso. Just lighting it up a bit at the exit of the hairpin. And he comes in. I guess why not at this stage? I mean, in his current position, he's not scoring points, so... And he'll be switching to the super soft tyre, I'd imagine. I wouldn't. I would just grab another set of softs. And that's what he's doing. Okay. Garland's 5-second penalty for exceeding track limit. You have to be careful. No ifs, no buts. So I'd imagine that we're going back under green flag conditions on the end of this lap. So we're going to have a 5-lap shootout for the end of this Grand Prix. Oh, not Grand Prix, F2 race. And this is a man we have to keep an eye on, Schmidt. As I said before, that gap has come down to 86 points. No, 84 points. From 102 back down to 84. Any more points he snags here, it's going to be a massive benefit leading into round 9. Let's see, we're coming towards the end of Sector 3 now, and the safety car will be in this lap. Just confirm that with race control. There goes the silver SLS AMG Mercedes-Benz back towards its home in the pit lane, as we will go back under green flag racing. Oh, Conehouse, you need to slow down. Seriously, my dude, slow down. Bunch the pack up. Yeah, seriously, back the pack up, and then send it. Wait until, no, don't go through full throttle, otherwise, oh dear. Oh dear. Conehouse, has he just shot himself in the foot? We're back under green flag racing. That's not a good restart. He should have bunched the field up. Make him wait, and then send it. But he's now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the entire freaking field up to Dougie. Semi-Pro has retired from the session. He's had no, he's just voluntarily retired. As Zach makes a move on Aaron down the inside at the hairpin, but because of his outside line, Aaron gets a better run out of the corner. But Zach will get the slipstream, so will Schmidt, and you've got Darren right in behind. Look at that. Oh, and Schmidt tries to go defensive, but Aaron was already there. He can't move over. Darren shoves him back. Oh, look at this battle pack. Absolutely superb. Sidebar gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, and as I was criticising Conehouse for the poor start, he's now pulled out a 1.2 second margin as Aaron sends himself through the chicane and gets a 3. Oh, and contact between him and Zach. Zach spun round. And he drops, oh my dearie me. Comes back onto the circuit quite dangerously, Aaron, and takes out his rival. Conehouse has been given a gift from the gods. He's now got a 2-second margin. When he crosses the line, it will be 4 laps to go. And these guys behind have to wait another 2 laps to try and get DRS. Conehouse would be so thankful because of those guys battling behind. It's now given him this margin, and now we've had that incident. Gap has blown out even more, and Darren is now right up in behind Aaron. So Darren, he might have to switch his attention away from Conehouse and towards Darren, and I think that's the first proof of that. He's now completely misjudged the corner, turn 5. And as a result has lost 2 positions to both Schmidt and Darren 11. Gap has opened up to 2.3 seconds. Conehouse might actually win this. This might be his first victory in Formula 2. I think in DRS as a whole. Aaron sends it around the outside at turn 8. Schmidt's having none of it. He cuts across and into turn 9. Still no DRS. But because of these two now battling, Darren is able to focus on Conehouse. So we might have a battle for the lead once more. And Dougie, where has he come from? Out of nowhere, he's right in this battle pack for the final podium position with a broken front wing, no less. These guys keep fighting the way they are. He's got a very good chance of that. And Tao, where have you come from? Suddenly, he's up into 6th place on those super soft tyres as well. As I think that's Banana Cake Pie. He's had an incident at turn 14. Aaron and Schmidt side by side as they go underneath the hotel. This will be a good view. Oh, and they almost take each other out. And Dougie's going to say thank you very much. He might get these 2 positions as well. Will he send it down the inside? No, he won't. DRS has been enabled. The gap between first and second now 1.5 seconds. Ronnie Alonso gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is a massive kick in the gut for him after spinning out under safety car conditions. But what to bring him back. Oh, and Schmidt's lost an end plate. Explains the lack of pace. Aaron currently has got a complete front wing on him. But now Conehouse under a lot of pressure from Darren 11. He's got DRS as well, Conehouse. Oh dear me. We're going to have a 2-lap battle right at the end of this race. Dougie makes a move on Aaron. Banana Cake Pie retires from the session. Darren is now right in behind Conehouse. Conehouse is going to have to go defensive. And Tal moves himself up. Oh my goodness, Aaron, what has happened to you? I don't want to look away from this battle, though. This is the battle for the lead. But Aaron has dropped a lot of places, all the way down to 12th. Dougie now finds himself back in the podium positions, but he's got a 3-second time penalty to have to deal with. And Schmidt now also 3 seconds behind Dougie as well, so something's happened between these three, and Dougie has come out on top. Sector 3 yellow flags. Is that Aaron and Alonso? It is Aaron and Alonso. Is it related between the two? I don't know. I wish I caught that, but I can't look away from this battle for the lead. 2 laps to go. Half a second separates the two. Darren 11 versus Conehouse. Coming through turn 1, and you can see there Conehouse just missing the apex ever so slightly. Darren just getting a slightly better run, and Alonso has a moment in sector 3. Oh, it's just not a good day for him. He's in a very good, potentially race-winning position, but now, yeah, 13th place. Rizzy Rick, a 3-second time penalty. Currently in 10th place, not quite a point-scoring position. But Conehouse gets a better run coming onto the straight. That is critical. That might save him from losing a position. But Darren is right in behind. He's got DRS. He's got the slipstream. Conehouse is going defensive into the braking zone at turn 8. Conehouse holds the inside line. Will Darren try and get the switch back? He tries. I think he might get around the outside, but he will have the straight line advantage. But Conehouse is not going to give up that easily. Will he send it back down the inside? Oh, a contact between the two. 11 centre one, and he spins. He spins. I can't believe it. The battle for the lead. Done and dusted. The contact between the two. They were fighting vigorously for the lead, and Conehouse comes out on top. Oh, I can't believe this. Schmidt now finds himself in 3rd. Darren in 4th. A very angry Darren 11, I must say. He'll be desperately trying to find his way back onto the podium. Sidepod, where on earth have you... It's 3 wide underneath the hotel. You're not allowed to do that. 3 wide underneath the hotel. Unbelievable scenes. Sidepod falls to 8th place. Zach currently P5. And the very lazy cat doing well on those softs. P6 is going to be vulnerable to Breno and Sidepod and Rizzy Rick. They're all there, all ready to pounce. Oh my goodness me. Conehouse still leading the way. He hasn't got a penalty, has he? No, he doesn't even have a warning. That's unbelievable. I mean, what's your opinions about the incident between Conehouse and Darren 11? Was it just a racing incident? Was it just fighting hard for the lead? Or do you think there's more to it? We'll have to debate this afterwards as Darren 11 makes a move on Schmidt with the DRS. Get it done easily. Breno now challenging Sidepod. Galaz and Sidepod now fighting. It's Breno and Lasertail sorry, number 34. And Ridley Rick's involved in this as well. What a superb piece of racing this is turning out to be. Oh, and Darren, oh, this looks familiar for you, mate, doesn't it? He hangs on to P3, but Schmidt is all over the back of him. Oh, this is absolutely superb racing. Oh, I can't look away from this. Will Schmidt do anything? He'll try. He'll desperately try. That gets another 3-second time penalty through the hotel they go. And Schmidt has the inside line. And he'll get back P3. Darren will try the switchback, but back to the leader of the race. I can't believe it. Conehouse will win the sprint race here at Abu Dhabi. Dougie provisionally finishes second. I think he'll hold on to it as well. Darren 11th, third. And Zach out of nowhere tries to get fourth. Doesn't get to keep it because of the penalties. And oh, here we go. And I'll leave it crashing. And Breno P6, Sipod gets 7th, Garlaz 8th. Breno up 11 positions from 17th to 6th. An absolutely superb drive. But what a day for Conehouse. A man who has received race bans due to incidents in the Green Championship in Formula 1, goes on to win the sprint race here at Abu Dhabi. Who would have thought? He's shown pace, and he demonstrated here today that under the right conditions, he can take it up to the big boys. Dougie somehow holds on to P2 with a broken wing. What great fun. Fantastic fun. Fantastic. Conehouse wins the sprint race here at Abu Dhabi. We'll let the podium celebrations begin. Dougie recovers to P2. Darren 11, P3. I mean, wow. I'm absolutely knackered from that. What a race. Conehouse wins the sprint race here at Yas Marina, and the 15 points along with the Dougie Falcons P2, Darren 11 P3, Schmidt a critical amount of points, 8 points to his name, and that cuts the lead down to 76 off my quick maths. Zach Crichton P5, Breno P6, Very Angry Cypher P7, and Garlaz P8. Aussie Rizzy Rick scores 2 bonus points for fastest lap, so you don't have to be in the point scoring positions in order to get fastest lap. There you go. Wow. What a race. What a superb race. Retiring Nico style. Oh, but ladies and gents, that has been a superb Formula 2 race. It always delivers, this championship. Some of the best racing to watch, and for the drivers it's a very popular one as well. So it's just fantastic racing throughout. At Yas Marina, of all places. I said it was either going to be boring or it's going to be chaotic, and it definitely wasn't boring. It was absolutely superb. But that will conclude round 8 of the DRS Formula 2 Championship. We move on to round 9, where we go to the grand city of Monte Carlo, where we go to 3.3 kilometers of the most legendary tarmac in the history of motorsport. We go to Circuit de Monaco. It's going to be a classic. But until then, I've been the Sneg. Thank you all so much for watching, and good night.